You're watching Inside Automotive with Cheyenne Malone.
Hi everyone, I'm Cheyenne Malone. Well, we all know it's an election year, right? And with that comes a lot of uncertainty, let's put it that way, especially when it comes to the economy and money, right? Your dollars. It's also what Matt Easton, the founder of Easton University, calls a perfect storm for sales professionals and managers to feel like they are in a funk. Oh yes, we've all heard this one before. And beyond that, right? Matt Easton, an expert at getting sales pros out of a funk, shows us now with the 4 tips to defunkify your sales career. All right, this is a good one, Matt. They're all good, but we love this.
Let's defunkify it, Cheyenne.
Yes.
And here's the thing. It is an election year, but this is a double whammy because this time of year, too, we have a propensity and a likelihood to get in a funk. Why? Back a few months ago, we were all, some of us with the non-alcoholic beverages, some of us with other, yay, Happy New Year. We were all toasting, and this was going to be our year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, for some of us, great, it is. For others, right, we're not on where we wanted to be. So this time of year, springtime, actually, even though the birds are chirping, it's getting warmer, we have a tendency to get a little bummed out because we're not on track. Combine that with the fact that we've got an election year. A lot of the media is negative. Not you, Cheyenne, you're the most positive person in the world, but there's a lot of negative news out there. Pick your poison. It's pretty easy to do what? Get in a funk. All right, so let's talk about how we can get out of a funk, whether we're in sales management, whether we're in sales, whether we're a business owner, a salesperson, pretty much anybody, because we're all in sales. I've got 4 tips I'd like to share with you, Cheyenne, that can get us out of a funk. Okay.
Yes.
Number 1, okay, and you're just going to have to, I won't show, boom, there's mine. Boom, there's mine. Boom, there's mine. I do pretty well in life. I still write my goals down every single morning as if I've already achieved them. I won't share with you my personal ones, but I write down an amount of money that I'm targeting to, certain things in my fitness. I write it down every morning as if I've already achieved it. What that does is it puts my mind first thing in the morning in the right perspective, letting me know that I'm headed in the right direction. I make this type of money. I live in this type of neighborhood. I have this type of whatever it is, fitness. When you write your goals down every single morning as if you've already achieved them, it's going to do a lot in terms of reinforcing that mindset. Now, hopefully we haven't lost all of our viewers because a lot of them are like, I've heard this stuff before. It doesn't work. I bought that book, The Secret, and no check showed up in my mailbox. Okay. Again, and they could, by the way, if they want to steal my form, there it is. Easton University.com/goals, where I do things a little bit differently is not only do I write my goals down every morning, but tip number two, I manufacture wins through daily activities. And I'm going to say this again because it's really critical for those of you in a funk to realize this. Even though you feel like your life is spinning out of control, even if you feel like the economy is not cooperating with you, interest rates, your boss, your manager, your competition, you can still manufacture wins every single day through your activities. If it's a physical activity, maybe you just go on a walk, right? Maybe you drink a certain amount of water. Maybe you make a certain amount of phone calls. Maybe you do your follow-up calls. Maybe you make one post on social media every day. You can still win the day through your activities without having anybody else have to play a part in that. And that gives you control. And in terms of getting you out of a funk, control is a good thing, okay? Tip number 3, and this is where I'm a little bit different than every other sales coach. I don't want to say I'm a guru or a motivator. Some people think I am. I'd label myself as a sales coach. But here's the thing. I lay in bed at night thinking about this stuff, Cheyenne, so you don't have to. And when we're in a funk, when we're down, when we're watching the news and we're like, the economy's terrible, interest rates, competition. When we get in that funk, we actually put ourselves in a position to really do the wrong thing when we hear objections and complaints from customers, family members, coworkers. When we hear negativity and we're already in a funk, it's like trying to put a fire out by pouring gasoline on it. So
yeah.
tip number 3, be aware of the fact that, hey, my mindset's not in the best place. I have the propensity to be in a funk. If I'm in a funk, the likelihood that my neighbors, my family members, my coworkers, my customers, they're probably going to be in a funk too. And I'm going to follow a process for handling objections and complaints, because guess what? Most of these things that are objections are really just complaints. The person's still going to do the thing you want them to do, make a purchase from you, have lunch with you, whatever it is that you need them to get you a promotion at work, you're still going to get it. They're just going to complain every step of the way. At eastonuniversity.com, we teach an 8-step process. I'll give you a couple of those steps right now that really help people. Number 1, in your head, treat everything negative coming your way as it's just a complaint, right? I'm still going to get this sale. I'm still going to get this job. I'm still going to sell my house. I'm still going to be able to get my kid to do their homework. It's just a complaint. I get it. Number 2, slow down, temper your negativity. Even though you can feel your blood boiling, ask the other person for solutions, right? What are some of your, well, we could never afford this, Cheyenne. Got it. What are some of your thoughts? Well, I mean, if I change this payment here and reduce this and sold this, I think we could make it work. It's a fantastic idea. People are exponentially more likely to solve their own problems. Unfortunately, and those are just the first 2 steps, right? Treat it as a complaint, ask the person for their thoughts, right? Show commitment. Hey, I'm sure we're going to figure this out. And it seems logical that, oh, well, I would do that naturally. We don't when we're in a funk. When we're in a funk and we hear any inclination that something's not going to happen, we want to, like we do in the UFC, tap out, right? And we just tap out. We're like, oh, this deal's never going to happen. Okay, fine, thanks, bye. I told you we're too expensive. And we just throw gasoline on that fire, burns everything up. Not great, right? We want to follow a process and we want to stay calm. And the 4th thing that I want to give everybody, and this has made my life so great, and it's so weird, Cheyenne, and I'm sure you can probably testify to some of this in your life. I'm actually grateful for the funks that I've been in my life, because those have been the periods of some of the greatest growth that I've ever had.
Absolutely.
In the moment when I was in it, and I'm sure you've been there too, Cheyenne. You moved around in your media career. There's probably been times in your life where you're like, I just want to give up. And you ended up finding yourself in a new place that you're like, wow, this is even better than I ever could have imagined. So the thing we need to do is realize that we're in a funk. And if the world's not cooperating, tip number 4, this is a great opportunity to try new things. Call some different people. Try some different things. If you're out of work right now and you're like, I could never get that job, apply. Who cares, right? Like, we are in a funk right now. It's an election year. 2 things are guaranteed. Number 1, things will get better. I don't know when, but people will get out of the funk, okay? It's always darkest before the dawn. And number 2, I can guarantee this. If you try new things right here, right now, and don't just tap out, don't just give up. Try some new stuff. You're going to look back on this moment today, right here, right now with me and the great and powerful Cheyenne, and you're going to be like, heck yeah, that was the start of something great. Review your daily goals, manufacture wins through activities, have a process for handling objections and complaints that's not emotionally driven, and try some new things. I promise you, you will get out of the funk. Sorry, I love that song.
I love it. I'm like, he comes with his own theme music. Okay, so after that, I mean, I'm amped up. I feel like I need to go run a marathon or something.
Yes. Well, you're never in a funk, but if you would.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Right. Yes, but we all have our own levels of funk, right? Maybe it's not as high or as deep as some others. But I like that, writing down for the day, because you used a quote, I'll quote you, win the day. I love that. You can win the day, little by little, chip away, right?
Yeah, and feel free, guys, and I know you might not subscribe to this belief, but this whole idea of like work-life balance and compartmentalizing it, when you're in a funk, it's not really a good thing to do, right? Because we get angry at work, we bring that home to our families. Win the day, I'm cool with you blending those things, right? So maybe you're working on a fitness goal. Take 5 minutes out of your day and go do a lap around the office. At least you're like, hey, I walked a block, right? Yes. Drink some water, make some calls. All of this stuff is going to lead to you feeling better, to where you're not coming home and taking it out on your family, right? Yes. So Whether you're going through some personal, there's people out there watching this that are going through a divorce. They need to manufacture wins in their personal life because it's going to bleed over into their professional. And there's people out there that can't sell anything because of interest rates. We need to manufacture wins in your business life so it doesn't bleed into your personal, and then you end up with both a divorce and interest rates, right? So we got to stay positive, guys. I love you guys. I'm here for you. Cheyenne's here for you. This is going to be a great day for you if we just change your mindset and put into practice some of these tips.
Yes, and everyone start now. I love it. Matt Easton, thank you so much for your insight, and you're always a true inspiration to so many.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm here for you, whatever you need. I love you guys. Go win that day.
Yes, winning. And theme music next time. We got to have something.
All right, perfect.
All right, see you next time.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for watching.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Cheyenne Malone.